Hey everybody, today I'm going to share with you guys, if you're brand new to the business, you're wondering how to build a truck bed build, this video is going to have all the links in it, everything you need to start your business. This is a very simple truck bed build, gives you plenty of room. So this is exactly how I did it. I ran this for a few years just like this. So here we go. First, this is my truck here. It's a Dodge Ram 1500. It's only a 5.5 foot bed, so it's a short bed, but we're going to make this look awesome. So for the rack on the back, I'm using load bars. These are what we used when I was truck driving. These secure the load. So if you want to buy two of these, you got to remove these ends by taking these bolts out. We don't need these ends on. We just want the aluminum. But this is exactly how I did it, and it's lasted for a few years. I had this on my truck, and it never rust. It lasts a very long time. It's a very clean look. It's very heavy duty. So you want to make sure you drill some holes through the bed to make sure that this is fully secured and fastened. It's only going to take 4 bolts, 4 big long bolts. You're going to have to fabricate this and customize it to fit your truck. You see those 2 pieces on top here? That's going to be for the high pressure hose reel. You want it to sit a little bit higher. But here's the garden hose here going on. This is Flexzilla hose. I got 100 foot on here. And usually that's all you really need to get to the customer's water source. It's usually right out front. This right here is called a whip line. This is what hooks up to your pressure washer from the hose reel. This will give you water, and that's pretty much all there is to that. Now we're going to do the high pressure hose reel. This one's a little bit bigger. This holds 250 feet of high pressure hose, which I definitely recommend getting at least 200 feet of high pressure hose. So this hose reel is actually sitting up a little bit higher than the garden hose reel, and that is so that it'll actually reach over top of it. And it pulls really easy when you're down on the ground. Like, it's so convenient the way that it's set up, being a little bit higher, and it reels in easy. You get up in the bed to reel it back in, you get down on the ground to pull it out. But this is a really cool setup, guys. Like, everybody, I've never seen anybody else have the hoses set up the way I do here. This hose reel is made by Cox Hose Reel. 250 feet of hose it holds. I have 3/8 inch non-marking hose on here. I'm running 200 feet of hose. That's definitely what I recommend, having at least 200 feet of hose. That way you can reach the backyard of a lot of houses. How's it looking so far, guys? It's looking pretty good, huh? Man, that is sharp looking. It's a lot better than having wood, but you can use wood. I'm not saying anything about it. If you use wood, I would definitely paint it black or something, make it look a little better. I like the aluminum look. It's going to last a long time. It ain't going to rust. Very clean. You got all that extra space under there. That's why I like having it up in the air like this. And also, I'm going to be putting a buffer tank next to it. That's going to be on another video. Little sneak peek there. But I'm going to show you guys how to hook up a buffer tank to that 4 gallon per minute machine. Anyways, here's my 4 gallon minute machine. I actually built this by hand. This is homemade. I bought the engine, I bought the pump, I bought the bracket that it's sitting on, the motor plate, and I put everything together. $600, guys, with electric start. Just like that, sitting right there. So there's actually a video on YouTube showing you guys step by step exactly how I did that build. I'll leave that in the description for you guys if you want to check it out. It's the cheapest 4 gallon per minute machine you can build. 4,000 PSI, electric start. I do have a 10 gallon per minute machine that's in my trailer, but this video here, I'm just putting everything in here because a lot of guys wanted to know how to do the truck bed build. So this is like a special video I put together for you guys. I've used this machine about 5 times now, so it's still fairly new, my new toy. But yeah, there's my battery box. Got my positive and negative. I'm not going to hook it up right now. I'm just showing you guys that's where it would sit. It's looking pretty good now. Now we're getting somewhere. So I hope you guys are liking these videos. Subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. So next we're going to hook up this garden hose reel. We'll hook up the garden hose. Take that whip line right there. We're going to plug that right into the bottom. And then once you get that in, when you pull the garden hose, you get to the job site, you pull your garden hose out, you plug that right into the customer's water. We usually always use the customer's water. That's just a given. Who's going to tote water around to the customer's house? So I know a lot of guys ask that question. All right, next, this is called a downstream injector. This is how we get chemical through our pressure washer. This is how we put our SH out, sodium hypochlorite, the bleach. And then after that, you're going to go ahead and plug in your high pressure hose. So grab the whip line for the high pressure reel, and that plugs right in after your injector. And we're pretty much ready to run now. We still got a few more things we're going to put on here. Alrighty, this surface cleaner here is made by Wojet. This is an 18-inch surface cleaner. I have this surface cleaner all set up for the 4 gallon per minute machine. It does really good. It's on casters. It rolls easy. It's an awesome surface cleaner, guys. It does a really good job out there. Next, I'm going to kind of touch the subject of downstreaming real quick. This is just a quickie here. So that's a bucket of chlorine there. This is a 5 gallon bucket. I fill up with water, and this is how I would downstream if I was just starting out. If you didn't have all the fancy gadgets or anything, you can do it just like this and make lots of money. So whenever you need some SH, you just drop that down into the chlorine, and there you go. It sprays right out. You got it going through your machine. When you're all done, you got to go back to the truck. You got to pull it out. Now it's time to rinse. You pull it out, put that in water. That'll suck up clean water or clean the injector out, and you can go rinse the house. If you need more, you got to go back and put it back in again. On the end of that tube, it says 2 nuts that I put on the end, and that helps that hose sink to the bottom so it's not floating around. So this right here, this is a 24-foot telescoping pole, and on the end of this pole, I just simply have a brush that I screw on the end, and that's just to get some tough spots that aren't coming clean, a couple stains on the gutters or anything up high. I don't use ladders or anything. That's what I use. Next, we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about attachments, your guns, your wands, your tips. This is my little shorty gun here. This is my favorite gun that I like to use. It's light. I like to use it with the DS twist. That's this attachment right here. It's also called an M5 twist. It adjusts. It has a shooter tip. It goes to a nice fan. Like, I use this especially for putting chemical on the houses, your SH. Like, it has a nice fan to it. It's a good rinse. It also shoots pretty far. You can hit 2-story buildings if you put it on the straight shooter. Pretty easy. So that's why I like this. It goes right on the gun pretty easy. It's all quick connect. And then the next piece here is called a ball valve. And a ball valve allows you to turn the water on and off on the fly. So if you're not used to pressure washers, you can't just unhook it with pressure on it. Without this ball valve, it's just not possible. You'd have to go shut the machine off to do it. So the ball valve allows you to shut the water off right at your fingertips, so you can switch attachments. You can shut it off and you can switch over to a surface cleaner if you want to run a surface cleaner, and you don't have to, it just makes it easy. You can also rinse with a ball valve. I use my ball valve for rinsing all the time. It does really good on concrete. You can really rinse stuff off. It's like high pressure, puts out lots of water. So definitely get yourself a ball valve. Also, a long gun is good for if you're in situations where you have to lean down, if you're cleaning steps, trying places you can't get the surface cleaner in, it just saves your back. This is a pressure gauge. It's good to have a pressure gauge in case you got to do some testing. That long gun also comes with these tips here, so I keep them all in a little coffee can. Everything that I use all the time, I put right in this little coffee can, and I keep this close by. So when I get to a job site, I go for my little coffee can because it's got all my attachments in it, stuff I use all the time. Put that right there. All right, flathead screwdriver. Put that battery cover back on so it don't get wet. Also, WD-40. Let me put that back there. WD-40 I use for cleaning out that injector, your downstream injector. Always clean that off with WD-40 when you're done so it lasts longer. This is a little toolbox here I got a bunch of fittings in there and stuff. One day I'll do a video and show you guys everything in there, but it's all just stuff good to have in case you have emergency out there on the field. I can do some quick repairs. Always keep some tools in your truck. Your basic set of tools, some wrenches. So I'll put that over there. You guys, look at that, man. It looks pretty good. See that empty spot right there? That's where that buffer tank's going to go. So my next video, there's going to be a part 2 to this video, and I'm going to show you guys how to build the buffer tank step by step. I'm going to show you everything. And then also I'm going to show you guys about this external unloader valve. You have to have this valve in order to dump the water back into the buffer tank. This will keep cold water constantly running through your pressure washer at all times. So even when you let off the trigger, cold water will always be running. So you will save your pump. You'll make your pump last a long time. This is the best upgrade you can do to a 4-gallon per minute machine. This is awesome. So I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to shine a lot more light on this in the second video, but this is how it would hook up. Yeah, your machine's going to have 2 unloader valves on it, but this second unloader valve is just to dump the water. The first unloader valve is going to be your regular unloader valve. So this is just to dump the water. It comes right out of this little nipple here. You hook a hose up to there to the buffer tank, and every time you let off the trigger, it'll blow water, back to the buffer tank. Like, it's always going to be having water going through your pump. All right, guys, so that's pretty much everything. I think I covered pretty much everything here. Tailgate shuts good. This truck is ready to go out and make some money. You guys, you don't need all that fancy stuff just starting out. This right here is the basic stuff that you need to start making some money. Go out, make some money, then upgrade to all that fancy stuff. But for now, this will get you going. Hope you guys enjoy the videos. Make sure you like, subscribe. All the links are in the description for everything in this video.